Salt is really important.
Fresher French bread.
And today, in Kathleen's kitchen, back to you. Yay! Hola, Busy Familia, BusyMami here, and today we're coming at you in a little bit of a different setting. We're coming at you via Zoom. Shout out to Zoom for having these lovely conferences. And one of the things that I miss the most is hanging out with my siblings. As you guys know, I've posted many videos about it. But one thing that my sister had said she wanted to do was kind of make some bread. So I thought, just so you guys know ahead of time, this is not keto bread. We're going to make regular French bread for the house for now. So I want to introduce my special guest. Which one of my 4 sisters could it be? Introducing Kathleen. You guys have seen her from my FabFitFun videos before. And she's in her own apartment, which is super cute. Loving it with a little coffee bar back there. So welcome, Kathleen. Are you excited to make French bread?
I'm nervous. Full disclaimer, I am not a cook. I try ever since I moved out. I've been attempting at different recipes and doing different things, but I'm nowhere near like amazing or like above average. So if something goes wrong, disclaimer, I'm not the busy mom.
To be fair though, you have been killing it with the videos you've been sending me and pictures of your meals. She did this like stir fry with a balsamic glaze. So we're gonna get started with the French bread. So you have your 1 cup of warm water. Yep. Should be about 110 degrees, which I don't know if you have anything to measure that with, but anyway. And then we're gonna get our yeast. So you're gonna do 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. So if you do a little bit more, it's okay. I'm gonna use this knife to stir because I didn't grab anything to mix it. So now that I have that in there, I'm gonna add the 1 teaspoon of sugar once you're done with that, okay?
Okay, yeah, just a full disclaimer, I have a half teaspoon, so I probably look like I did way more than I was supposed to, but I didn't, I just have half.
Try to combine it as much as possible, but you'll start to see some bubbles form. That's how you know that your yeast is active.
Bubbles are supposed to happen?
Yeah, so there's a reaction that happens where the yeast eats the... Yeah, keep mixing it up. You see the little bubble? It takes like 5-10 minutes. But see how I have some bubbles?
Like 30 seconds.
Basically, the yeast eats the sugar essentially and makes bubbles happen, which is why bread rises. Move it on the side. Now grab your bowl again. While that's bubbling, we're going to give like a little bit of a starter to this. I don't like to put all the yeast and water into the flour right away. So we're going to do 1 cup of flour into the bowl. This is going to be 2.5 cups altogether, but we're doing 1 cup right now. Once you add the 1 cup of flour, you're going to do 1.5 teaspoons of salt and just mix that together. All right, so while we're waiting for the yeast, we're going to give it like another 2 minutes. You tell me, what's your favorite memory of French bread?
So when we were younger, I come from a big family, which I think you've talked about before. So there's 9 of us. And so whenever we would go grocery shopping, it was always like a list and like the receipt would come out and be super long because we had to get food for everyone. And so my favorite memory was I always liked to go grocery shopping with whoever wanted to go. And a lot of times my dad actually would be the one that would go grocery shopping. So I would go with him and like we would always buy French bread. And there's like a trick at Jewel. If there's steam on the plastic part, that's how you know that it's fresh. So we would always try to pick the fresher French bread. And we would always get like several of them. And by the time we were done grocery shopping for everything, which was a lot, we would finish like half of the loaf. So if there's any memory with French bread, that is definitely the one that always stuck because, and then sometimes we'd go to the deli and like get like cheese or turkey and then make like, as we were shopping, like eat this bread. It was funny. Because
they usually at the deli give you a sample. They're like, would you like a sample of the cheese and the meat? And you're like, oh, yes, let me put this in the hot French bread while because our grocery trips were like 2.5 hours. Because we had like 2-3 carts because it's 9 people. You know, we had like all of us plus our parents and it was just a lot. So, all right, so I'm going to show you my yeast. so you can see what it looks like, but I'm coming over. Look.
Oh, my.
See how bubbly?
No, mine is not.
It is. Yeah, look, that's perfect. So you're gonna go ahead and pour this into the 1 cup of flour that you have in your bowl.
Okay.
Pour it all in.
Oh,
and you're just gonna mix that. Yep. You're gonna combine it together. Once that's combined, we're gonna throw in a 1/2 cup, and then we're gonna do the last cup. So I do this in 3 steps because I want to make sure everything gets really incorporated. All right, so we're gonna do a 1/2 cup of flour now. Once that's all mixed in.
A 1/2 cup?
Yep, and then we're gonna do another cup after that. But before we do that, we're gonna throw in the butter. It's starting to come together. I'm starting to see some doughage occurring.
Also, I think you should talk about we should talk about why we're doing this in the first place. Because I'm not willing to like go on camera or anything, but the reason why we're doing this today, and it's kind of the purpose of the video, is because YouTube will allow people to set up fundraisers, and so just because of these times, it's super eerie, and everyone needs a little bit of extra support. This video actually has a link where you can donate directly to a COVID foundation, and YouTube's handling all the fundraiser stuff. So basically, if you're at home and you're making bread and you're following along, or you're just watching, it would be super appreciative, or we would be super appreciative if you would donate to the link. All proceeds, 100%, are going to go to COVID relief. So if anyone's out there and is either directly impacted by a loved one being sick, or even just because you're quarantined and you have nothing better to do than watch this YouTube video, hello, just please donate. The link is below. I'm not sure where, Ellie, you're the YouTuber, so you can kind of take it over.
Yes, so we'll put the link below in our description. And then we'll have more information down there for you guys to see. But yeah, Kathleen came to me with this idea about baking bread and giving back. And thank you, Kathleen, for bringing that idea up.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
I really thought you were going to do it with someone else, but here we are. And
no, you came with me with the idea. You get to do it. So did you add the butter?
No, I haven't.
All right, add the butter now.
How much butter was that?
2 tablespoons of butter. And then we're going to add the last cup of flour once that's mixed in. So all in all, it is 2.5 cups of flour to 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 cup of water. And then obviously the salt. What you can do at this point is add dried herbs if you want into this. So if you want to make like a French bread loaf of with rosemary or basil or garlic. You want to make like a pizza French bread with Italian seasoning.
I'm supposed to be using my hands.
So now at this point, it's getting to the point where you probably can use your hands, but sometimes you need to throw in a little bit more water if it's not coming together all the way. But yes, at this point, you throw your hands in and you try to incorporate as much as possible. And I'm going to grab maybe a tiny amount of water, but I'm going to go grab a little bit of water and throw it a little bit at a time. I don't know if you need more water, Tammy.
Yeah, I think I do.
It's like 1 cup and like a few tablespoons of water. It just really depends on like how dry the environment is too.
You said tablespoons?
It's okay if you add too much. You can add a little bit of flour because we're gonna put this out on your counter so mine is like this now.
All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more water or more flour.
So let me know when it's all combined. It can be a little bit sticky because it's going to be de-stuckified when we do it on the counter.
I think I need a little bit more flour.
Wait, and remember you're going to put some on your counter like this because you're going to roll it out on the table.
We're rolling it out?
Well, not rolling it out, but you're going to knead it on the table. This is the part that works your arm out.
Okay, I think it's a little bit drier now.
Your hands are so covered.
Yours is not? How are your hands? Allie, mine does not look like this at all.
You added a little too much water, I think.
This is not right.
So the benefit of this is just the reason why you have to do this is because we have to break the gluten so that we can make French bread. So that it's when you make bread the other way, where you don't knead it at all, you're going to have a lot of big holes in it, kind of like a rustic bread, right? All right, so I push forward and then turn it a little bit and then roll back. So forward, yep, down, yep, like that, and then turn it and then do the same thing over and over again. Basically like rolling into itself.
We're getting somewhere.
See that? This is the first time you've ever kneaded dough?
Yeah. What else? What? I've never.
Well, no, I don't know. You're doing all these things in your apartment. I have no idea if you've tried something new.
That's true. I've never done kneading though, but this is actually kind of cool. How do you get it off your fingers?
I don't have it on my fingers because
I don't have it on my fingers.
This is, to be fair, this is like the third time I've made this recipe because I had to perfect it, you know?
Okay, I think my dough's in a good spot. Look at it.
So what you're looking for is when you push on the dough, it bounces back. So it probably still doesn't bounce back yet all the way, right?
No, it's
probably need like a couple. It's stuck there. I see the hole.
So I have to keep doing it?
Yeah, for like another minute. This is probably like a 10-minute thing, but you don't have to do it for 10 minutes. It's just the better you knead it, and combine it, the better it is for the rise. Okay. But it's going to taste that much better because you made it. All right, so my dough's starting to look pretty smooth. How about yours? Is it feeling smooth-ish?
What do you mean by smooth?
See how mine?
Let me see.
You see how it bounced back?
Here's mine.
Look at your little baby.
And then
looks good. So see how I'm like rolling it into itself a little bit to make it into a ball? Go back and grab your bowl. You're going to put a little oil in your bowl.
Wait, did you get all that stuff out from the inside of your bowl?
No, it's fine. A little bit of the stuff is fine. But the reason why you put oil is because when it rises, it gets stuck and then it's hard to get out. And you lose some of the bubbles when it comes out if you don't oil the bowl.
Are you using a napkin or are you just using your hands?
My hands, because I got to wash my hands anyway. So. And then you're going to take the dough ball and you're just going to put it right in the middle and we're going to cover it. Let me get covering. So you can use a towel, like a kitchen towel. I typically use pressing seal because I like it.
Oh,
there you go. Isn't it so nice? It's going to double in size. You can make 4 loaves out of that. And then all we're going to do is we're going to let it sit somewhere warm for about an hour until it doubles in size. So sometimes if I don't have anything in my oven, I'll put it in my oven because that's probably the warmest place in the house. But you can also put it on your countertop, just somewhere far away from like a door. While that's rising and everyone will be back with our risen dough. We're back and we both have ponytails, except I have a full side pony and she's got a half pony. So while we were waiting in the middle here, we decided to make pasta because she's never made it from scratch. And so that'll be part of our quarantine series. Yeah. Every weekend we'll do something new. So you let us know what you want us to make. Our bread has risen. It has doubled in size. You want to go grab your bread. While she's getting her bread, you're going to get 2 cookie sheets and you're going to line them with parchment paper or one. She only has 2. I know. Isn't that awesome? It's so satisfying to see how big it is. So you're going to get a lip cookie sheet because this lip one is going to go into your oven. So you're going to put it into your cold oven right now and it's going to go on your lowest rack. So here's what we're going to do. So because you don't get it, I'll explain, which totally makes sense. We're going to steam the bread to help it rise. So we're going to add water to that tray and it's going to heat up in there. We're going to add water to that and have that pull the steam onto the bread that's going to be on top.
Okay, so the bottom shelf is the blank rack. There's the plain cookie sheet with the water. And then on the rack above that is going to be the sheet with the bread.
All right. Isn't that awesome how it rises?
It's so cool.
It's so satisfying, guys. Look at it. Look at our dough. All right, so now that you have it, you're going to plop it out onto your baking sheet.
What if it's Never mind.
It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. So at this point, you can cut the dough. So I laid it out and made kind of a little bit of a rectangle, and I'm going to cut it into 3 loaves, and then I'm going to stretch it out to make it like French bread. But I'm going to try to not squeeze it as much because I want to try to keep some of the weight of it. So see how I'm stretching it a little?
No.
Kind of letting like gravity do this.
Okay. Cut.
And then I don't squeeze it together that much. I try to leave some of the air in there and then just try to like pull it a little bit at a time to let kind of see how gravity kind of like does its thing. Now I'm gonna score them. So you can score diagonally or you can score like one line down the middle.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How thick are these supposed to be?
Not super thick. It'll get bigger because it's gonna rise again. That's perfect. What you're doing is perfect.
Yeah, I had a little bit too much dough in that one, so I'm just gonna
make a tiny one.
Yeah. Or like add it to this one. Did you just put anything to like line it so it doesn't stick?
Yeah, I did parchment paper.
Okay.
I laid down parchment paper, yes. You laid down nonstick aluminum foil, which works too. Her aluminum foil is nonstick, make sure.
I also found out that you're supposed to use the dull side of the nonstick side, or the dull side is the nonstick. I did not know that previously.
So you're gonna loosely cover these up with.
Wait, you scored it? I didn't do that.
Yeah, I scored it. So score it however you want. I scored it like this.
Okay.
Or you can do one line going down.
This looks more professional.
Try not to go too far deep though. Try to just do a little line at the top. So I put them in my oven, not to bake. I'm putting them in my oven to proof. So loosely cover them with a dish towel like you have already. I would dampen your dish towel a little bit, put a little water on it, and then put it on top of there. So it doesn't stick.
Okay,
so put that back. You're going to put it back in your oven. We got to wait another hour. This is why baking.
Oh, wow.
But while you're waiting, I think you should like, subscribe, and comment, right, Kathleen? Like, what should we do next? Let us know what we should do next. We're thinking about like peanut butter cookies. I'm going to do some keto stuff. We'll be back once this bread rises. All right, so we're back. We have let our bread rise for a second time and pleasantly surprised at the outcome. So take a look at both of our breads. I'm going to leave my plastic wrap because I'll use that later. Now it's way better with a towel. As you can see, Kathleen's has risen quite a bit. Here's mine. Now that it's been rising, what we're gonna do is this is gonna be fun. I need you to get a container of water. It doesn't have to be one of these, but something to put water in the pan, something that holds a good amount of water. All right, so you have your oven preheated at 425. Yeah. You're going to put your bread in first, okay? So bread in first.
Bread is in.
Then I pull out this sheet, the bottom one, with the tray that's empty. And you're gonna pull it out a little bit because you're gonna pour the water. It's gonna pop, so be careful. You're gonna pour the water in and then close the oven real fast. Okay? Let's do this.
Oh.
I don't have a spray bottle, so I'm gonna just put some water in here and splash my bread like this with my hand because you don't have a spray bottle probably either. So you don't want it wet. You just want to have a little bit of like water on it so it doesn't dry out on the top. So now we set the timer. Alexa, set timer for 23 minutes.
So
it can take.
The BusyMami kitchen is a little bit more elaborate than mine is. So I don't have an Alexa.
We're thriving. We're doing it. So it has been 23 minutes. We pulled our bread out of the oven and we're very proud. It looks so good. Look at these loaves. All right. So to eat this, to try it, you should really let it cool for 10 minutes. We're not going to do that. We're going to pull our typical Olive Garden thing that I have Parmesan. So I'm going to do olive oil, Parmesan, and black pepper. Kathleen, are you just going to put a little butter on yours?
I have Parmesan coming, and I will put together a little olive oil moment.
All right, so we got to give it a try. We got to cut a little piece of it. The steam is still coming out, but look at that fluffiness, yummy, crunchy, delicious bread. All right, we're going to try it at the same time. All right, you ready?
That's really yummy.
Fresh French bread in your kitchen. We just want to say thank you for watching our silliness and our quarantine show. But we appreciate you joining us. And as always, please like, subscribe, and comment. And maybe follow Kathleen's blog if you're ever in Chicago.
Oh my goodness. That's scary.
We'll post the link below.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Kathleen.
No problem. Bye, everyone. I'm not showing you this. If I left it, Dylan would keep it in the video and I would stop.